Alright. Hi, I'm Xena, or Xena Pappas, or Xena Fighter Queenling. And for many years, maybe 6 years, I have been coming on YouTube doing Angry Grandpa, Psycho Dad, Psycho Mom, Lunatic Dad. And, well, you can know all the films up there are based on that. Now, I'm going to be earnest today and talk about something that's earnest. COVID-19 or COVID-20. Now, the illness is still around. Now, no one truly knows where it started, but it's here now. And everyone has their thought and belief over how Lucifer made the illness. Some folks believe that the illness had to have come from China. Some folks believe that someone made it and it was somehow by mishap it was let out. No one really knows. All I know is it's here. Now, right now there is a heal for it, but it has not met the FED oversight yet. So as of right now, there is no heal. They're working on heals, but it hasn't really made the FDC's oversight on it yet. Oh yes, and a lot of folks are saying that the wearing lairware was an oversight by the land, the right, the Earl de Menir leaderships or law motes out there, and they're seeking to make it a law that if one is not wearing one lairware when around folks or going out to a business or somewhere, they will either be warned by a lawkeeper, land, Earl de Menir. If it happens again, they will get fined. If it happens again, they'll be put up in lockup. Now, the only downside to making it a law is that once the illness is beat, once the illness that Lucifer has made, God beats it, God ends it, a law is harder to overshift. You know, once you make it a law, it is hard to undo that law. You know, just ask anyone in the law moat, land, right, Earl de Menir, how hard it is to overshift laws once they've been made. There are still folks out there that are still seeking to undo the land law moat, health guild law, that if you weren't on some kind of other healing guild, you had to pick theirs. And if you didn't have any, you would have to give a fee at your income toll. Now, that's still around, and they're still fighting to undo that law that was made way back a long time ago. So if they're having a hard time undoing that one, mine see years from now when COVID-19 or COVID-9 between and COVID-20 are done, when God beat the illnesses that Lucifer has made, mine see when that's done, and then they got this law that was made to keep folks well during the time where Lucifer was making an illness everywhere, and then God beat it. Then they'll say, well, now you don't have to do it anymore. It'll be hard because once you make it a law, it's something that everyone has to follow. Only I'm sure there are going to be some folks out there who are going to choose to not follow that law, or whatever they're going to call it. Folks that are going to be put in lockup. And you know how it is. A lot of folks in land, right, Earl de Menir lockup always love to ask other folks what they were in for. Oh, what were you in for? Not wearing lairware. That will laugh that one out. Now, everyone's like, oh, well, how do you know if you have it? Well, if your body heat is higher than 100, that might be a showing. And then they gotta go through a whole bunch of other seeking. Then that's when they have you come in and start jamming shit up your nose and tracking the fifth between. Then they take that shit and give it to some knowing business and they do what they gotta do with it to seek if you have the illness or not. Or you have some other illness out there that might behave the same way. That's going to be the only misleading, misbelieving thing out of it. You're going to have one illness out there that know that there's not a heal for, another one that is. So you'll have folks that are going to have the flu, yeah, that whatever, that Latin or that Latin borrowed word, or that, have that illness. And then there are going to be folks who have the Corov 9 between the Corov 20, and they're going to be both illnesses are going to be have the same kind of behavior, so it's going to be hard for healers to know which illness they're dealing with. So yeah, and I know that there are folks out there that are thinking, oh well, you're talking about Corov 9 between and Corov 20, the offshoot of that illness. Oh, do I think that I'm going to get in a bind with YouTube followership oversight or YouTube webstead oversight? No, I don't think so. Because I am talking about stuff that's going on right now. True stuff that anyone watching the news on the Farseer, listening to the news on the Reckoner, reading the news in the news sheet or on the webstead on a interweb somewhere will know. So no, I'm not. I'm not some not some YouTube mate out there that has business wise is buying business time in the beginning, middle, and end of his or her film, and then might be frightened they might run off. So no. But it is something that I do want to talk about. And I did get scathed for not calling it Corov 9 between or Corov 20. Well, I didn't want to call it that because that's a borrowed word. Yeah, crown's a French borrowed word. The English word would be head cap, or head cap illness, or red head cap illness. Since all the likenesses they always show of is always this red shit, So it should be red head cap illness. But that would be too many words. So anyway, it is what it is. Wow, that's all I got to say about it. Keep in mind, keep 6 feet away from everyone when you're out. Wear the right layer wear, and be mindful of everyone else's health and your own health as well. And even though Lucifer Lucifer made this illness and he sent it all over the world, God will stop this illness that Lucifer has made. I know that. I'm XENA Pappas or XENA Fighter Queenling. Hope you like this film.